3 a.m. and I am so hot. This heat wave is getting me down. So, this is my latest inspiration. I'm dreaming of autumn dresses. And I'm going to show you how to draw up your own pattern with a princess seam pattern. I have this duvet and I'm going to use the blue and the inside for the dress, because I already have a dress of this. Fold double and I just cut it, and that's going to be the skirt part. And then I've got quite a lot of that, so I'm going to make a frill for the bottom, and the inset in the front is going to be done with this. And then there's two pillowcases with this panel on both sides. So I'm going to join them, and that will make the sleeve. So I have this mock-up from the Simplicity 8689. I can use this part for the dress that I want to make, and then this I will adapt for the sleeves, because I know that this fits me. And then the back is a solid piece, but I'll just cut it out on the same principle, and then the back part's going to be in this, and the front part is in this. Okay, there's my pieces. This is the back, this is the front, middle front, and this is the side. I'm now going to do the back panel on this one. Something that people forget is that the back needs to be bigger than the front for most people, because you pull with your shoulders forward. So when I do this, I'm going to do it the same up there, or a little bit bigger, let it meet up in that point, but then I'm going to go a bit wider to give me space to move. And that will be my back panel, and then this part and that part I will use for the sleeve. That's the front part. I'm now going to cut it out, and it gets a seam down there up until there, and then you just fold it over, and then I need to cut a facing for the top. This is the back part, and as you can see there, I'm short, but I will use this piece that I cut out from the front, add it to this, and then just cut the back like that. Okay, it's got a seam on there, but I didn't give it a seam here, so I was able to move it over a little bit. So I'm literally just that much short. That should work. I want a big sleeve, so this is now a double layer, and I will add this piece that's extra on to make it long enough. So for the sleeves, I'm now just going to cut according to that, and then over here, and then this gives us enough space to gather it a little bit on the top. I was hoping to have this whole piece for the sleeve left over, but I had to use this one for the front panel, so I am going to cut it like this for the edge of the sleeve, and that will give me a bit more at the top where I need it. I'm busy doing all the gatherings for the sleeves and the skirt and the frill on the skirt, and then I will pin them all together. So the sleeves are put in place. Next I'm going to gather that part and put the cuffs on so long, because then they're ready to sew together. And on the skirt I've finished putting the frill on. This was the inside of this duvet, and this was borders around it. I showed you last night in the middle of the night, and this is how far I am. I cut the middle out and I gathered it onto the top part, but this is too big. So I'm going to go in about this much, but luckily I haven't overlocked it yet. I've only sewed it down, and I didn't take the gathering stitches out, so it's going to be easy to just gather it a bit more onto the top part and then take it in about this much. Otherwise I really like it. And then the sleeves, I'm still deciding if I'm going to give it just a little seam or if I'm going to go up and give it a cuff. I I kind of like that length, but I think a cuff is better. And then I need to give it a facing up here. But otherwise, oh, and I need pockets, of course. I'm really happy with it. My duvet dress. And now I have 2 dresses out of 1 duvet. I think that's very cool. I've sewed the pockets on. I'm now going to overlock all the seams, and then I made some binding for around the neck. I only had like 2 small pieces left over, but it did add up in the end to give me a proper piece of binding, which I can use. And then I need to do the hem, and then I'm done. And I am actually quite chuffed with this dress. I am pinning the binding around the neck, and then I can sew that down and do the side seams and the pockets.